The IPO train is still rolling, and today Rent the Runway is going to hit the street, likely set to get a $1 billion and change valuation as investors weigh the demand for a rental service for clothes. That company will be going public via the stock ticker RENT, R-E-N-T, price range apparently between $18 and $21 a share. Julie, you'll be speaking with the CEO of the company, Jennifer Hyman, no relation there, later today. Just wondering what's kind of going to be the main focal point of that conversation. Obviously, this is a service that was very hot pre-pandemic. A lot of questions during 2020 about what the demand for something like this might be. But interesting stat in their S1, 33% of women consider an outfit old after they wear it fewer than 3 times. So I guess maybe that's still unchanged.
I don't know where they get those kinds of stats from, but I love that kind of stuff. Just to be clear, they did sell 17 million shares late yesterday for $21. So that's where they begin trading today. So sold at the upper end of that range. That means the total fully diluted value of the company is going to be around $1.5 billion. Let's talk subscribers for Rent the Runway, because that is really where it gets almost all of its revenue from monthly subscribers, some of whom then end up purchasing things, which is another source of revenue. And then they have sort of occasional renters as well who rent for events and such. So as of September 30th, the company had nearly 112,000 active subscribers. Now that means folks who have not paused their subscriptions. In 2020, that number fell to just under 55,000 from about 134,000 in 2019. So put that all together, there was a big dip in 2020. They have come back this year, but not back to the pre-pandemic levels. And when you're looking at a company like this, you're talking about losses that are continuing as still a relative startup. In the first 6 months of this year, a net loss of about $84.5 million on revenue of just over $80 million. And, you know, it's always fun to look at the S1 about things like the risk factors, for example. We've grown rapidly in recent years and have limited experience at our current scale of operations. If we are unable to manage our growth effectively, our financial performance may suffer. So that's something that I'm thinking about when I think about this company. I cop to being a customer, a longtime customer, in fact, Rent the Runway as well. And they have shifted, their logistics partners multiple times, including just this year, going from FedEx back to UPS. So that's something that I'm curious about as well. So just a lot to consider here when you're looking at this IPO.
Yeah, my deep thought on Rent the Runway, Julian, it's something I'll think more of this weekend as I drink some more coffee. Is this just a business that should be part of Amazon? Why not join forces with Amazon and just tap into their logistics amazingness? And it makes a lot of sense from Amazon's standpoint. I mean, imagine the data you're getting on a very valuable customer base, more data. I don't know. That's something I have to think a little bit more on right now. Too much for me right now. It's earnings season. That's all I have for you.
I don't know. I feel like if Amazon was going to buy them, they would have done it already.
Is it true, Julie? I mean, do you feel that way? If you wear something less than 3 times, it's like it's old? Are you part of that 30%?
I don't. No, I don't. But I mean, I do like the business model. It makes sense for me.